Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to work again this weekend. Whatever. I mean, I'll take the overtime. Like,
It's dumb.
yeah, it definitely does. But like, I'm like, well, I'm putting away like 200 a week right now. With doing this, like, doesn't make it so scraping by on anything. Gives me just a little bit extra padding in the old bank account, and I gotta buy tickets on Friday. So, well, I'm gonna buy my plane tickets on Friday. Man, it's yeah. Well, and I'm flying out of like Boston to Philly, which is like a common metropolitan route. So it's like it's just like it's not one people cancel a lot. So just might as well get it early. Yeah. Same. Oh, damn new glasses. Are you doing that Zenny? Oh, that suck. That suck. That's actually I'm actually you should check again. Elena does Zenny, and her eyes are fucked. Like, they make your glasses look thin. My girl's all fucked up. I don't know. I'll ask her. Yeah. But she does Zenny because she likes to switch out. Yeah, and. Yeah. I don't know. I know her eyes are fucked, and she does it, so. But maybe yours are fucked up in a weird way. I don't know. Yeah, like. Yeah, hers might be fucked up real bad, but in more of a straightforward sort of way. But we just gotta make them thicker, is all. Right, which we don't account for that. We don't do that here. Mine are only fucked up like, well, I mean, I don't have great vision, but my astigmatisms are all fucked up in different ways. They're both separately fucked up in their own special way. When I was getting my eye. Yeah, he was like, I mean, like, granted, he's kind of a jokey guy, but he was like doing my eye test, and he was like, "Is that one better? That one?" I was like, "That one." He was like, "Is that one better? That one?" I was like, "That one." He goes, "Huh? That's weird." Cool. Yeah, like that shouldn't be the case. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Look at. Look at this little pervert. throwing this fella, penciling him in right now. Just coming out very realistic. I mean, for a creepy little man. I don't know. I think the penciling looks really cool. Can't stop looking at him. I think he's hypnotizing me. Yeah, I mean that's all we can. I mean, yeah, pretty much what we did last time. I do want to see find the fucking name of the place that I sent you that was doing the indie games at PAX last year. I was going through a chat and I couldn't find it. That's it. Thank you. Well, yeah, we should probably let's go live and talk about things. And listen to only my dryer.
Yeah. All right, there we go. All right, hey everybody. Thank you so much for hanging on for us here. Sorry we were a little bit late. We were doing adult stuff, and so we were a few minutes after getting on. Hi, my name's Taylor. That's Corey. This is the weekly TGS stream where we make TTRPG games. Today we're going to be doing a little bit more playtesting of God and a Corpse. But first we're going to talk about just some quick logistical stuff. Moving into fall, because that is now on our radar. Corey, what have we got going on?
So we need to make some decisions about like how long this playtesting process is going to take, what we are stress testing, and like what realistically we can get done. We are going 4 months to PAX. We already have our Airbnb. I've ordered my badge. If you haven't ordered your badge, you should soon. Yep. Because we definitely want to skip will call. Although we did get through will call pretty quickly last time. I was going to say,
last year wasn't terrible, but I still do want to order mine ahead of time.
Yeah. Yeah, like we got through really fast. But that doesn't mean it's always going to be the case.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
We might have lucked out. So let's see. So we want to like big idea is like there's the Indie Press Revolution booth. They sell indie games. It's kind of similar to like a drive-through RPG. So I would like to see if that's a possibility for us. But I mean, that's where we get into the conversation of what realistically we can get done and how long the lead time is on an actual print run, and whether or not we actually want to do that. Because the other option is that like we prioritize doing like 3 to 4 playtests, and we bring like a stack of review copies with us.
Yeah.
We get these done limited sections of limited books. We print them. I mean, I will literally send it with a review copy stamp on it, and we will bring those with us. They're not for resale, whatever. We bring it with us. Anyone who plays with us, like, hey, have a copy of this, and also see if we can get it into, I don't know, some publishers' hands. I mean,
that would be cool.
It would be cool, but like let's be realistic here. Pitching a tabletop RPG is different than pitching a board game. Board games have publishers that have a desire to take on games, and they want to sell those and monetize them. The issue is with TTRPGs is they're a dime a dozen, and they're very much like the company that is producing them it is also a love project for them, right? Like, unless it's their system, they're not really interested in publishing other people's systems. That is, unless you have popularity, right? Like, if you are popular.
Yeah, this is what I was gonna say. Is board games buy companies buy games. TTRPG companies, it seems like if they purchase anything, they purchase intellectual properties that they like and that they think they can do something with.
Yeah.
So like I don't know. It sounds based on what you're saying like that is actually true. But yeah.
I mean, like, places will buy a game if you already have the audience, right? Like, sure. if you have the audience, great. Now it's worthwhile. If you don't, like, we don't care, dude. like, sorry, but we don't. So that's something we need to be, hyper realistic about. But it's also the case that, like, we want to see a return on the things. Sorry, we're going to have a business chat. Yeah. We want to see a return on the time and effort that we spend, because if we get to the point where we do like a $5,000 print run of this thing and we don't see any of that money back, we don't at least break even, that's going to be it, right? Like, yeah. We're probably not going to do it again. So we have to keep that in mind as we move forward. That being said, like, I think that this game has some reasonable chance of success and popularity, at least in like an indie space. And if anything, like, if this isn't the game that we like bring about as like our big contender, it's also a way to get our name into people's mouths. Like, maybe we do smaller print runs, yada, yada, yada. So the big thing we need to decide is, are we going to try to do like a run for Indie Press Revolution and see if we can get in to that now, to see like what the ability, because we might be past the date anyways, but see if they'll sell it there, if that's something we want to do, in which case we probably got to drop like, some coin on getting an actual like 500 printed or something like that.
Yeah.
Or we need to decide if we want to do like just a review run and bring some with us, and we can play the game and then focus more on like, I mean, that's the other thing, Taylor. Like, do you want to go here to like pitch it, or do you want to like go to PAX and play some games?
Well, I think that's actually the more immediate question, right? I know that we've talked about this in the past and have just said like, I want to do like a playtest of God and a Corpse, get it into a couple people's hands, and then after that, I just want to chill and play games.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie. I kind of still love that idea.
Like,
if we meet folks, then that's great. But it's kind of like you said, even if we meet a publisher, I don't know how much we're going to really be able to show them if we don't have actual numbers of product moved and all that, which currently we don't.
Well, that's also the other side of things, right? Like, if we don't start moving in the direction of trying to like get print runs made so we can sell them at places like PAX, like, then we're not doing that, right?
Well, okay, but this is a question of timing, though, right? This is like when people, This is like when people spend 4 years between presidential elections talking about how like, oh, the system is fucked. Wish somebody would change this, and then they don't do anything for those 3 years, and then in year 4 they're like, you've got to vote for this guy. It's the only option. Like, I agree. We do need to start moving towards those books, but the truth is, I think that's something we should plan for, like, next PAX. Just based on our current logistical abilities, I think that makes the most sense.
Yeah, and I'm totally fine with that. It's just a conversation I wanted to have.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, then we can focus on more robust playtests on this thing.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I think I have to fuck with the DPI a little bit. Do we have video going right now?
We sure should.
Oh, no, I guess we do. Yeah, we do. We're good. Okay. So So here's where we are with the actual book. Like, I fucked up, but I fucked up in a cool way, which is sick.
That's good.
Yeah. So I meant to do this. I meant to prepare this in RGB. I accidentally repaired it in CMYK. CMYK is the color you want to use for printing. RGB is color you want to use for like viewing on screens. The beauty here is, because I built it in CMYK, I don't have to go through every single asset and recolorize it in CMYK,
Yeah.
which would be a bitch.
Yeah.
And it looks pretty good on the screen. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm glad I did that. The margins, the inner margins, are already set up. I had done them wide. So they're already set up and they'll be fine for perfect printing, which is what I would prefer to do, have perfect bound books, because I'm very visually seeing these as these monochromatic prints that you could put side by side, and you have like the blue and you have the orange and the gray and the purple, and like having that perfect binding instead of saddle stitch binding would look a lot nicer. And that makes me, I do got to think about cover, see if we can get like the side print or anything like that, like got in a corpse on the side on the actual perfect bind, see if that's a possibility. Yeah. So that's beautiful. The only thing we need to worry about in that case is like the actual logistics of playtesting, which we've been doing, and honestly I feel like we have to do more playtests right now. Like right now, and also like with other people.
Right, with people who are not us. That is a good point. Yeah.
That would be great. But even if it is us there, as long as there's other people too, like that, yeah. So we discussed a couple things last time we did a playtest. Did we do a playtest on stream, or did we do it off stream? I can't even remember.
So last week we had off. The week before that we had. Was it Derek or was it Adam? I think it was Adam.
Adam, yeah. Adam and Adam.
Both
the Adams. And then we did a playtest off, off stream. Yeah. That's the one I was thinking about. And that's where we got into like the gully works of the game, and we're like really stress testing things, because we like last time we did a playtest, if anyone's watching and watched it, we had an idea to test what we thought was an issue in the mechanical structure of the game. Yeah. And so that's what I did, and that's when the game fell apart. So it was a good thing to stress test, Taylor.
Yep.
And yeah. So we've made that change, but we've talked about a couple other changes that we would potentially be making.
Yeah.
Lowering energy being one. We're in kind of a. I feel like we're in a messy situation with the mystery thing, because it is one thing that like I've noticed in reviews and stuff that people are like really latched onto the like narrative aspect of that game, but it doesn't feel like it does anything, and if it does, it's in a very fleeting way. So yeah. I don't know. I think we were talking. Yeah, go on.
It may be one of those things where it's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And
sure.
And that's not advice that either of us particularly love, because we love fixing things even if they have nothing wrong with them. I will say, for my money though, like during our playtests, I know that it's something that I have struggled with, and I made the fucking game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
maybe it's as simple as like we take out mystery and like we instead like rebrand that purpose thing. Like, what is your purpose? Like it's pretty much the same thing, and instead of like every time you interact with your mystery on who this body is, it's like every time you interact with what your purpose is, like as a newly formed individual in this world, then then you can get a neuron.
Well, so here's my issue there. If we're gonna do that, then we need to rebrand purpose entirely, because
Yeah.
we in the narrative setting we describe purpose as the reason that the AI was created, right? And so the idea
Sure.
is like, before the cataclysm, data scientists came together and said, we need to solve this problem. We're going to create this robot to do it. But the whole conceit of God in a Corpse is like, this is what AI does when they don't have to follow that purpose anymore. This is like, what does your thing choose to do? So I feel like it would be weird with that narrative conceit to then during character creation say, okay, here's your purpose, you have to like solve this thing, and like you'll get like clues will like mechanically encourage you to do this thing that we narratively told you is the opposite of what you were going to be doing.
So we've already talked about this though.
Yeah.
Like we discussed that purpose in the beginning is like what you're designed to do, but every time that you're jumping bodies, because you are still the same AI, that purpose changes because you are having like an altering moment, right?
Well,
like
so my question then is, if it changes anyways, then why not just redefine purpose at the jump to just be, this is what my AI wants to do now, that
sure,
that
yeah,
society's class. Like that is the
Yeah.
easiest thing, right?
yeah. I'm totally fine with that. I mean, my only like argument there is like when you're onboarding first session, like first character someone's making, it might be easy to be like, okay, my AI does this thing. They were designed to do that thing. It's something to get you like into the setting of the game,
Yeah.
and then from there it can expand on. But like that being said, I'm not like I don't think that that's necessary. And it's something that we can include as like a sidebar, right? Like
Yeah.
for first session, this is something you can do to make the game easier. Or like even if we like make like a starter session and like just like bust out like some advice for first time GMs, that kind of thing.
That I think actually is something that, like, I know we've been talking about splat books, and
yeah.
they'll be coming along at some point, y'all. We're in the middle of playtesting and getting ready for PAX and all this other stuff, but something I was thinking about actually was doing literally that, like making a whole bunch of pre-made character sheets, like adventure stuff,
Yeah.
like literally a session 0 that's already been prepped, and including that in whatever splat book we put out, I think is a really good idea.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty stock standard TTRPG stuff that we always avoid as players. But we've actually been engaging with we've been playing Alien on our Tuesday sessions.
Oh
and
man, killer!
it's fun.
Absolutely killer. Like to the folks at Free League, if you end up watching this, which God, why would you? But if you do, man.
Buy our game.
Fucking killer. Yeah, Free League, talk to us about... I will absolutely sell you this game.
Just let me work for you.
Right? You don't even have to pay me. Just give me a job.
Yeah, man. Like, I don't know. Like, not to get too deep into, like, what we've been playing, but, like, we've been doing that, and it's been a blast. And it makes me, like... Man, why aren't we doing this with more games? Like, it's a great way to introduce the game. It's like, hey, you don't have to worry about making characters. This is going to familiarize you with, like, what creating characters is like in this game. You'll know what you kind of want to do by the time you do create characters. It's like a good little prequel to what you're going to play. Like, I don't know. It's fun.
Yeah. I think that's honestly it's fun, and we've talked about this during a couple of previous sessions where it's like I've gotten to the point in my TTRPG experience where, like, fundamentally on a Thursday night when I sit down around the table, I just want to play a game and have fun, right?
Yeah.
And that's what these little pickup games do. Like, it's a fun thing. There's no high narrative stakes. You don't need to read my, like, 60-page lore document or, like, session notes to, get ready for it, like what we have in L5R. it's just like a cool. It's just a cool little guy that you get to hang out with for a couple hours, and then it's gone.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, absolutely
yeah,
something that should be done more often.
yeah. I totally agree. I realized I don't have a character sheet on me. Hold on.
Oh, you good? But no, I completely agree. When we start looking at these when we start looking at these splat books, when we start looking at these like additional resources, I know, especially after this experience with Alien, that's going to be something
Yeah.
that's just going to be at the forefront of my mind. I
Well, and
want
it's
to have that for our players.
and as far as like preparation goes, if we were to ever like get to the point, like this is a game where we could reasonably do a like if we were gonna do a Kickstarter, like do a box set for,
Yeah,
and like like do Kickstarter goals for like dice or shit like that. So I think that is like getting ahead of the game on like preparation and planning.
yeah,
It would be nice to have like a first session planned out with a lot of GM advice in it. We've talked about making like a gear book and like what is it, gear and table like adventure tables. I think that's a good book to work on, and that we pretty much could bust out real quick. And these books could be like 5-10 pages. They're not big. So
yeah.
all that being said, let's play some God and Course.
Yeah, absolutely. The ongoing playtest drive continues. Do you want to do this like what we did that weekend, where we have ChatGPT unironically give us our story, or
Please, we're using Claude too.
Claude? Yeah, that's right.
And we're using Claude too because the cool thing about it is you can just drop your fucking PDF right in there and have him read it.
Yeah, honestly, pretty incredible.
Which is what I did.
Yeah.
Just gonna find. I don't want a pickle. Just want to ride my motorcycle. How's your dogs?
Dogs are good. Dogs are sleepy.
So should we? I mean, like, what would be your narrative conceit for fixing purpose? Like, what should we call it for this playtest? And we're getting like rid of Mister. Well, we'll just change Mystery to whatever that is.
It's something to the effect of like. It's something to the effect of like motivation, right? Like, what's my motivation? What's my personal goal? What's the thing that drives me?
So those are two different things. Like, I mean, like drive versus goal tells me like this is something intrinsic to like who like is this something that I can accomplish? I guess is my like is this something that I'm continuously doing? I'm constantly fighting the man, or am I trying to topple this king? Right? Like those are
yeah,
different
okay,
things,
fair,
right?
Fair. Actually, I was gonna say it should be topple the king, but really, if we're using this as a method to gain neurons, which I know is something we talked about in the past,
Yeah.
it actually might be better to be like fight the man, and that way, whenever you
Yeah,
fight
motivation.
the man, yeah, whenever you fight the man, you get a neuron, right?
Yeah. Let's call it drive. And this will be like that I think tracks more like because we fall into that same trap by having it be topple the king that we do with like what is up with this body.
Sure.
Because you move through that area and it's gone, right?
Yeah.
Motivation sticks with you, and also inherently it changes, right? Like who I am changes as a person, especially if I suffer through something traumatic like losing my body. So you have to bear with me for some reason. Sign up with other accounts. No. King. Oh, that's why. That's why. We good. So yeah, I like that. Exploring mind-bending Marvel comics, managing high blood pressure through lifestyle changes. Whoops. Who am I?
Who's to
So, give me another adventure. Alright. Adventure. I'm not gonna use my fucking wormwood die because apparently those bad boys roll hot. I don't know, maybe I'm just rolling die wrong. I should probably open the book for our game. That would help.
I mean, probably a decent idea.
Let's take
And
it.
are we still limiting the number of pips for this playtest?
I mean, it worked last time. Do you want to? I think that 10's too many, generally. What did we do last time? 6?
6 was last time. Do you want to try 8?
Do you want to try 7? Okay, we can do 8.
Yeah.
This is how the sausage is made.
You want to do blank? I don't know. You want to do blank? Yeah, we did blank last week. That worked. Let's do blank.
Yeah.
This is how professionals do it, folks.
We are. That's absolutely right. We are still 3 pips limited per investment.
Right. 3
now,
pips per skill.
Yeah, with drive then, like being a narrative thing that gets us. We don't have. So your drive should be tied to your specialty.
Right.
Okay, so are we still going to get a free 1d4 on that, or do you want to try it without it? Oh, well, I guess we have to, right?
Otherwise,
why do you choose? Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess you could use it as like a demarcator of like when you get a neuron, right? Not that I'm like.
I guess there's something about that feels like paying Peter or stealing from Peter to pay Paul or whatever the phrase is.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So in that case, we will just cross out purpose, and we will tie. We will tie that skill, that specialty, to your drive. So now I'll make my character.
Okay.
I burped. I'm sorry. I had beans and rice.
How dare you?
I microwaved them. They had very little flavor.
The other day, I made a burrito and I wanted to include some rice, and I had some bags of rice that were uncooked, but then I also had some Chinese leftovers that had rice in them, and I just threw that bad boy onto a skillet, my man.
What's your address again? I'm calling the police, so
you'll never catch me.
Better man tried. Are we gonna limit? Do you want to limit energy too? I mean, did we limit energy in mode last time? I think we did.
I didn't think we did, but we can definitely try it this time. I have no problem with that.
Okay, let's reduce both by two,
What, energy
or
and load?
let's reduce all energies by two
Okay.
on all of these,
Okay.
um, and then yeah, let's. Do you want to try to reduce? No, we can probably keep load as is.
Okay.
And another question. I know we had like um, we were like giving bonuses and negatives and stuff to our roles. Do we want to individualize that or just do it as a group, like for encounter die?
Yeah, that's a good question. Let's try it this time, being personalized.
Okay.
I'm curious to see how that changes up the gameplay.
I imagine it's going to get kind of messy with there just being two of us.
Yeah. What did we say we were doing with load?
We're going to keep load as is.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to open up a dice roller. Actually, Google Dice Roller pretty good because it keeps a history, which is nice. Cool. I'm going to make my character. I forgot to.
Yep.
So I'm going to define my drive. My drive is search. Well, search for sentience is my drive. Pick a skill associated with that. Oh, my man, xenobiology for sure. Players pick a corpse. I'm gonna start on the AR stealth suit because I want to see how it feels with lower energy on it.
Yeah.
What are you doing? High or a low energy?
I'm doing a lower energy. I'm doing the self-sealing vac suit.
Gotcha. Do you want to have one of us choose the highest, one of us choose the lowest?
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, let's just see if how -2 feels on both of those. Get fucked, Microsoft Edge. Get out of here.
Love me. Love me.
Use me, please. Players pose a mystery. Nah, not going to do that. Oh man, these are even going to be quicker to make.
Oh,
yeah, damn, dude. We're reducing steps. Cool, man. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna read real quick.
Yeah.
No, just right here. What's this? So, Taylor, and we're gonna name them. Naming him Texas Instruments TI.
Cool.
Cool.
My guy Cisco.
Nice, cool. What'd you pick as your drive, anyways?
Heal the Broken. This is a doctor bot. It's a med bot.
Doctor Bot.
With a doctor. Never mind. Changing the name. Doctor Bot. Skill in natural world. Specialty in read intention. In a busted EVA.
Cool. Okay. I'm Texas Instruments. Search for sentient xenobiology 1d4 plus and AR stealth suit. So we have suddenly come online in an emergency cryosleep bay on board a generation ship. We have no memory of how we got here. The ship systems are heavily damaged, and we are adrift in an unknown star system. Our cryopods are labeled as the ship's emergency revivification reserves. Last ditch crew to be awoken if all else fails. And it would seem, Taylor, that all else has failed. I'm gonna real quick. Sick. Crack my knuckles. Takes a minute to put tokens in the machine. Getting playtests to come out of it. It's like a weird gachapon machine.
I mean, I mentioned before during our weekend playtest how much I kind of just conceptually love that we're making an AI tell a story about what AI
about
does
AI.
when it's
Yeah.
freed from. Hey, so imagine if you were free and you could do whatever you want.
Imagine freedom. So we wake in a dark, damaged cryosleep bay. Many of the pods are smashed open or functioning erratically. Flickering emergency lights provide some visibility. Bulkhead doors at either end of the bay are sealed shut. So what are we doing? Why don't you open us?
Yeah, I think that did the prompt say that we have no memory of who we are as well?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, cool. If that's the case,
well, I think it says we have no idea how we got there.
How we got there. Okay, cool. Yeah. In that case, my first attention is going to be turned towards. My first intention, I think, is going to be turned towards getting this alarm off, and locating a person who can give me orders. That's going to be where my first intention goes.
Cool. I'm going to, at the same time, I think I am like, oh, no. I am immediately going over the life support systems on these pods to see if any of them are salvageable, if anyone's still alive. So I think for yours, what are you doing? You're finding anyone who could tell us what to do, and
yeah, I'm going to say for further clarification, I'm using a console to like identify signs of life on board.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, cool.
So
I'm going to So I think that is definitely database, I'm sorry, hardware, and probably database or hacking if you have the specialty. I'm really going over the pods, so I think mine would probably be sciences or natural world. What do you think about that?
Going over the pods, I like sciences for that.
Cool. I'm gonna spend 1 pip on sciences. Let's see here, actually.
I'm
gonna spend
2.
Yeah, same. I'm going to spend 2 pips, and then I'm going to use 1 temporarily.
Yeah.
So, yeah, why not, right? We're fresh.
All right, so 2d4 plus 1. I rolled an 8, so I am good.
I rolled a 3, a 2, and a 1.
Oh.
So I'm going to immediately lose one of those.
But you do pass, though.
Oh, I do pass. Yeah, okay.
You rolled a 3, but you had the plus 1.
So you pass, and you're looking for, are there any... actually, I think, let's pull. I think we got 2 cards for this. Yeah. Are there any signs of life um, aboard this ship? I think we're going to first off on yours, Taylor. Yes, there is sign of life aboard this vessel.
Okay.
And we are going to only focus on the second quality.
Okay.
Whether or not that life is the like benevolent, malevolent, the suit. We're focusing on the suit on this.
Yeah.
There is life. It's not necessarily in this room. In fact, I don't think it is in this room, but there's like recordings of this life. So give me a suit poll.
That is a spade. That is protective.
Ooh, neat. What do you see aboard this image?
Yeah, so I think that what I see aboard this image, it is a you're gonna have to forgive me here. This is what my brain comes up with when I'm fried from a day at work.
Yeah.
Imagine a shark with like millipede legs. It's got like all of these tiny legs, and it sort of rolls around. It sort of rolls around the rooms, crawling back and forth, and as it sort of lays on its side, there are all of these miniature versions of it kind of like living on its stomach. Yeah, and as you look around the room in this recording, you can see more of these things all over the walls.
Awful. Okay, so it's protective of its young, is what we are. Okay, cool. Protective sharkipede. I hate that.
Put that into your AI generator.
Yeah.
Just comes back to you with like, what did you say to me?
No, I don't think I will.
No, that's okay.
I am also going to pull a card, and I think that I find overlooking these cryogenic tables or cryogenic chambers something using the numeric quality, and I think there is something. Ruined is what I got. Well, and I think, yeah, I mean, I think that's what it is. Is like there is no like in the pods in this room, which is like the main arc. There are none.
Yeah.
That being said, my goal, my drive is search for sentience. I think I get a neuron for investigating that.
Oh, yeah, that's totally fair.
I'm going to roll us each. I think we each get an encounter die for that. I don't think neither one of us did anything exceptional.
Neither of us did exceptionally poorly. Neither of us failed.
I think it's just stock D4.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to roll us each one. Taylor, you're only losing one, and I'm only losing one.
Oh, look at us.
Idiots.
Either way, though, the thing that we do gather from this is that we are, as far as the original crew of this vessel, whatever it was, we are alone on this ship. Like, there are no signs of human life here. What's up?
Sorry, I gotta block this bot.
Oh, yeah, the one in the chat.
Yeah.
I was trying to find a way to do that earlier, and I don't know how.
Get out of here, dude.
Leave.
I guess he's already gone. Whatever. I'm sorry. What did you say, Taylor? I got distracted by this robot.
Yeah, no, that's the name of the game. But I was saying either way, we both have surmised that, like, they're, as far as the human crew is concerned, they are gone. It doesn't seem like there is anybody left alive.
I go over to your console where you're sitting, and I look at the things on the screen, and I look at you, and I go, well, maybe they can think too.
No, I actually... So here's the thing. I agree. I say, these are the inheritors of this ship. If they require attention, if they require our service, it is our responsibility to provide it for them.
They need assistance, and we are here to help. I hope they have interesting things to say. On that, I think I'm going to.
Guy wanders into the tiger cage at the zoo and is like, "Hello, friend."
It's that scene in Hitchhiker's Guide where he fucking holds his hand out to the car.
Right.
I thought they were the dominant species on this planet.
Oh, hang on for me 1 second. My water bowl is screaming.
What? I don't know. Hey, y'all. I don't know what that meant. His water bowl is screaming? Oh. God damn it. What does that mean? Your water bowl is screaming?
Yeah.
I know what all of those words mean separately, but not together.
Well, that sounds like a you problem.
Your water bowl?
Anyways, going on with the adventure. What do you want to do
What?
next?
I'm terrified.
No, it's. Never mind. Go on.
I'm immediately going to. I'm gonna grab like a pipe from one of these ruined fixtures. Actually, I'm gonna use my load and I'm gonna fucking extend a crowbar from my wrist.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna give myself a crowbar. And I'm going to do the tag leverage. And I think what's the word I'm looking for? It's not advanced. Something that is like simple or it's not an advanced thing, right? Like it is a what's the word I'm looking for?
Basic. Standard, stock model.
I'm just gonna do simple.
Okay.
Meaning that it's got limited use cases, right? Like, so I'm gonna fucking try to pry this door open. Straight up, I'm gonna try to pry the northern bulkhead door open. And I think that is probably exertion.
Yeah, I'm going to try and help you out here by taking the other side of the bulkhead door and trying to basically push while you pull.
Okay.
And I will just do that as an exertion roll. I'm going to put 1 into that, so 1d4 plus 2. That is a 4. So you do get a +1 moving forward as well.
Which means that I'm investing 2. I get a temporary +1 as well as the +1 for my crowbar. So I get 2d4 plus 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. I did succeed. I do lose 1.
Not your game.
Not my game, my man. Not my game. That being said, yeah, so we go into. I think we rip this door open. I'm gonna roll us an encounter die. I'm going to give you a -1 to this because you helped out. I think that was a clever maneuver. So You are going to take 3 damage, and I'm going to take 4.
Okay. Yeah, this body is starting to shake. It's a lot less solid moving around than it was just a few minutes ago.
So we see a long service corridor stretching out, dimly lit by floor lighting strips, pipes, and conduits that line the walls and ceilings. Many of the metal panels appear corroded or damaged. Debris and trash floats about the ship's decay. In the distance, a large robotic worker drone is salvaging materials, tearing open wall panels with its claw arms. And it hasn't noticed us. I'm going to pull a card for you, Taylor. I'm going to pull a card for us.
Okay.
And let's focus I think this is just straight up, this is suit.
This is suit, yeah.
Yeah. And I pull the diamonds, which isn't ideal.
Well, that is unfortunate because based on our current conversation, I'm pretty sure that Cisco just kind of assumes everyone on this ship is all on the same. We're all on the same page here. We need to take care of these millipede sharks.
Yeah.
So, like, I walk forward and I say, hello, fellow unit. Do you require assistance with your activities?
You're after my treasure, it says, piled with trash around it, and the claw comes out at you. What are you doing?
I'm gonna roll exertion and try and dodge this thing. It's 1d4, 1d4 plus 2.
I'm gonna try to help out by, I think, I'm just gonna jam my crowbar into the pivot joint on this thing to try to slow it down to give you a +1. So I'm gonna put 1 into hardware, and this is 1d4 plus 2 that I'm plus 3 that I'm rolling because I got the crowbar. I did succeed, Taylor. However,
did you lose
roll
another
1.
fucking dice? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh.
All right.
Take a +1.
Yeah, 1d4 plus 3. Here we go. Oh, that is a 4, but I lost my first die. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Don't cheer. You ass.
So you're trying to move out of the way of this thing, or what are you doing?
I'm trying to move out of the way of this thing. Hang on 1 second, let me get this. Okay, cool. I'm trying to move out of the way of this thing, and I think try and draw it over towards I feel like there's a security station here. A security station with an electromagnetic field, and I'm going to try and draw him into it. In order to at least temporarily disable him.
Okay.
And I think, what is that? It's some kind of manipulation. Natural world, maybe stealth.
I think that this thing is explicitly hardware. But you are trying to you're not trying to escape notice. Stealth would be escaping notice, right?
Yeah.
You're explicitly trying to draw him towards something.
Yeah.
I don't know, like natural world or hardware, probably, okay. or exertion, probably. Like you're fucking running. He's after you, right? Yeah, I think it's exertion.
Yeah. All right, cool. Then I'm going to put 1.
I'm gonna say to activate this field though. I think you got to spend a load point to make this work, right?
Yeah, I think that's totally fair. So I'm going to produce just very simple battery. Tags are
power.
Okay, yeah, power. I was gonna say short duration, it only works until it's used up.
Sure.
Okay, and that'll give me a +1 for this. So that is another d4 plus 3, which is a 5. So I do manage to lure this guy into the field. And I, as I'm plugging the battery in, I say,
Yeah.
"You need to take a short rest, my friend." And yeah, he falls to the ground, and I pick up some of his stuff that he was guarding, and I say, "This is mine now."
Absolutely.
Your-
My
your-
trash!
your fears were justified. I was here to take your things.
Cool. I'm actually going to give us both a -1 on
Yeah,
this.
that's fair.
Well, no, like that's a good thing, right?
It is.
Like,
Yeah.
I rolled for you a 2, so you're only going to take 1 damage, and I rolled for me a 3, so I'm going to take 2. I'm just rolling these individualized too. I don't know if that, like, I'm trying to play around with that, like rolling separate encounter die for the players.
Didn't we say we were going to do that?
Oh, I thought we were just doing the modifications separately, but but that being said,
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yet.
Not dead yet. Cool. I am. Well, we need to clean it up in here. This is no place for sentient life to live.
What will our new many-legged lord think of us if this is the condition they find their living room in? It's unacceptable.
Let's get that garbage shooting. Shootio. I say, walking. I pull open the garbage chute. Actually, here's what I'm gonna say that this is a hardware roll for sure to get this thing functioning again.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna fucking reinvest. I'm gonna invest 2 into hardware. And Taylor, I want you, when I roll this, to pull a card because we're going to find something inside of it that is both qualities.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did succeed, and I didn't lose a die.
All right, let's find out what we find. I have drawn the Queen of Spades. So this is something. This is something that is blaring and protective. Corey, what is it?
Blaring and protective. I think that we find. I think we find a security drone. That this like thing had like pumped in there, and like
we found the little nerd robot that got shoved in a locker.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think it talks, but I think it does hang out. Like, it's protective of us because we are of the old world.
Oh my god.
And I think what it looks like too, if you go to page 6 in the book, the how to play section, he looks like that little guy.
Okay, 1 second here. Page 6. Which one is 6? There we go. It's like this little dude guy right here.
Yeah, the one floating.
Oh my god, I love him. We got a little guy.
He's a little guy. He's just a little guy.
He's just a little guy. I say, this one appears to be unaffected.
You're coming with us. This is my best friend. He is smart, he is intelligent, and he knows things. Taylor, I'm going to make the argument that this boy is sentient.
I absolutely believe that he is. 1000%.
I'm gonna take a neuron.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know what? I want to observe him to see if there's anything wrong, to see if there's a way that I can help him. Is that an observation roll?
Yeah, for sure. He was just fucking nerd cuffed into a fucking locker. I think he's fucked up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think this is natural world, though.
honestly, that's a hardware roll, right? It's like repairing the
Yeah,
droid.
yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm actually gonna hold off on these because I've already
I
got
realized I
two.
did something wrong.
What's up?
I picked a specialty. I didn't pick a skill.
Oh,
Yeah. So I got +1 in xenobiology, and then my skill, searching for sentience. I'm just going to do observation.
okay. Hell yeah, I'm getting myself a fucking neuron. Um,
Yeah, you need one of those too.
yeah, no, I'm getting to a point where it's actually kind of important. Uh, but yeah, no, I think that what it is I find you know what it is? I find a little fleck of debris in his speech chip, uh,
Yeah.
and I reach in and I clean it out and I dust it off, and you can see like the lights in his eyes, almost as if like his language system is rebooting,
Yeah.
and he straightens up, looks at both of us, and says,
I salute.
"Yeah,
Oh, Captain, my captain. He's clearly in charge here. Um, Taylor, I'm going to. I rolled you 1. You only rolled a 1 for your encounter
oh
die.
Jesus
I rolled
Christ."
a 4 for me. I'm going to use 2 of my neurons to slow the pace of my falling a little bit.
Yeah,
Uh,
I've got 1 left.
Probably should have fucking saved them because I only got 1 pip left and I have 3 uninvested skills. Uh-oh.
Whoops.
Whoops-a-doodle. Yeah, I mean, this is it. Are there I'm gonna look for a map, like a you are here kind of, see if there is a you
mall
are.
kiosk map.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna do an observation roll, and I'm gonna. Well, I got a free 1d4. So what I actually am gonna do is I'm not going to invest my last pip, and I'm gonna roll. This is a clever play because I only have 1 pip left. I'm gonna roll that 1d4 and invest 3. Well, I only have 1 left, so I'm gonna invest 1 pip into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
I was gonna say I feel like it's not, but yeah, no, go for it.
Well, yeah, I can't invest 3 because I don't have 3 to invest.
Right.
I can invest 1 for a +1. So I rolled 1d4, which is my free skill for observation. I got a success out of 4, and I maintained my pip. So
Yeah. All right.
waka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
There is a mall kiosk.
How close are we to the Spencer's gifts?
That's what the trash compactor was. This little guy we pulled out of it, he's a bad vibrator.
He's a bad vibrator, and he's wearing a Stewie Griffin T-shirt.
His head's also like one of those fucking Tesla balls. It smells like Nog Champa in here. Maintenance hatches. So we have maintenance hatches leading to crawl spaces and access tunnels throughout the ship. We're seeing storage bays and cargo holds containing We're seeing a medical bay. There are crew quarters, mess hall, and kitchens. There is a life support system room, kind of like a machine room. There is a ferry station, which just says a ferry station on it. We have power core access points and an arboretum hydroponic bay.
Okay. Can I do a hardware roll to see? Well, so I guess here's the question, right? Is like, and this is kind of at the core of the game. It's like, what do we do now? I guess our goal here is we are trying to get the ship prepared for the little ones to be
Yeah,
or
I mean, I think that is our self-ascribed goal right now.
yeah. Okay, cool. So then I want to find out, do a diagnostic of the life support systems throughout the ship. I'm sure they're
Sure.
cramped. I'm sure they're cramped in that one room, which is unacceptable. So I want to
Yeah.
find ways to open up their territory, and give them new grazing grounds.
On
Um,
that same note, I'm going to do a similar thing in that I'm going to take stock of like as you're going through the life support here and are opening up more rooms to them. I'm going to take stock of the like conditions of that room and try to match the rest of the ship's rooms that we are opening up to those conditions, whether it be hot, cold, like oxygen levels. So I think yours is a hardware roll, mine is a sciences roll. And
yeah.
Taylor, I think that I get to use my xenobiology thing here.
Hell yeah. I think that makes sense. Um, Similarly, I am going to use a bioscanner on the
Yeah.
diagnostic of these rooms, just to determine what areas are best suited for life. Um,
Yeah, I think that you also get a neuron for this role
Hell yeah.
because you are doing some doctory shit. I'm gonna roll mine, which I have. Ooh. So I have one in sciences. I get a +1. I'm gonna roll 1d4. I'm gonna save my last pip. So I'm just gonna roll the 1d4 and get the +1 from xenobiology and +1 for my extra pip.
Hell yeah.
I rolled a fucking 4, baby. I match. I think there's like a ton of like. I think the carbon dioxide scrubbers are fucked in that room, and so that is like why they're conglomerating there, because there's a buildup of carbon dioxide. So I'm like cranking up. I'm like cranking down the carbon dioxide in the adjacent rooms that you are opening up, or turning off the scrubbers so they're
Yeah.
less oxygenated.
Yeah, and I pretty quickly determined that about 3/4 of this ship is unsuitable for the kind of life that the Sharkopede actually is. Um,
Yeah,
and so I began going about making a map of the places that most need to be improved, and the places that I identify are the med bay, which is currently totally unsuitable for life and probably the
yeah.
most necessary if one of these kids gets sick. Um, the mess hall, which currently has a food supply, but none of it is prepared. These children cannot survive on just like Ritz crackers alone. They will require full Italian meals.
I point at my body. Is this good food?
Um, uh, and then the living quarters, because these kids need bedrooms. Like they can't just be
Hmm.
all in one place. They're some of these are probably adolescents. They need their privacy. Um, and so
Yeah, 100%. I think I mean, you do that, right? Did you roll a success?
So that is what I'm rolling now. This is 2d4 plus 2. That's 7, baby. So yeah.
Want to give us? Yeah, fucking yeah, dog. We fucking those doors come up. The fucking CO2 scrubbers come offline, and the air is heavy and thick, and we have opened up these situations. I'm going to roll us each a die. I'm going to roll yours first, mine second. I'm going to
Okay.
give us both a -1 on these because I think we are both like building into the narrative that we are, you know.
Yeah.
Taylor, you are going to take 2 damage. I'm going to take 3.
Okay. I'm gonna use both of my neurons so that I don't die.
I'm
And
pretty close myself.
yeah,
I'm fucking
hovering at
shaking.
one. This whole conversation is just going on. We're like, So it seems that the med bay would probably be the best place to start.
Fucking cybernetic fucking arms and like flesh and bone coiling underneath. I'm gonna look at you. I also think that as we get these rooms repaired, and I think we have to repair the individual rooms.
Yeah.
I think it's pertinent that we make our way to the bridge and find a planet for the inheritors.
Mm. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Okay, if we're gonna do that, actually, well, fuck.
I raise my hand.
Yeah.
I pull my arm off. I think, and then I put it back on. I put the socket back in. I think that the most important thing we can do is go to the mess hall and find out what kind of foods these things want to eat, because it's going to be important that we find a CO2 rich environment with food that is acceptable to them.
Yeah, we'll need to come up with some kind of an allergy test. These aren't the same kind of creatures that brought us on. At least, I don't think. I can't remember, but something in my gut tells me these aren't the same things.
I'm looking at you, and then I'm looking at them in the screen. They look at least very similar.
Admittedly, they also have limbs and bodies. Yeah, no.
Table talk.
Yeah.
I think that you're correct. Let's do the medical bay and then the mess hall and then the bridge.
Cool. I'm down with that.
How far away is... Let's see, medical bay. Takes a little bit. He takes a little bit. How are you?
I'm good. I'm honestly, like, I am so tired right now.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know. I am burned right now. But otherwise, I'm doing okay.
Would it help if, when you were sleeping, I sent you a lot of close-up pictures of that pervert's face I was drawing?
Well, I mean, that goes without saying, Corey. I mean, you know this already, but you constantly refuse to send it to me, even though I repeatedly ask. In all of my letters, I ask you, and you say no.
I've been calling him the Whistle Wizard.
Of course you have.
I think that we we have to travel, I think, the access tunnels, or we have to make our way to the transit system to reach one of those easily. So let's take the access tunnels, find our way to the escape through the access tunnels connecting this room, get to the transit system, and then we can travel between those places easily.
1000%. Yeah, transit system. I was going to say, if it's not already online, then it needs to be. That's going to be our fastest mode of transport between all these different stations.
Yeah. I'm going to say that the access tunnels we're accessing are tight. They're for these drones that we have. So anything we do, we are going to be doing at a -1. Like anything physical that we're doing, we're going to be doing at a -1.
And let's find out what we've got in there. We're going to draw a exploration card here.
I think we're already, but anything we see, I think we're already deep in. Before we like.
Oh yeah, no, it's can't turn around. Like,
I got a lighter in front of me. I think there's a Bic lighter in this dude's pocket. And
I love that of all the things to survive this apocalypse, the Bic Corporation is alive and well.
It's actually a Zippo, and I don't have shoes on. And my fucking tank top is fucking beat to shit and real gross. And my name's Bruce Willis.
All right, so We have the three
Three of Klubes.
three of Klubes. So that is. Hang on one sec. Three of
Ooh!
Klubes.
Ooh!
So something in here is conscious and curious. And I'm gonna say, oh boy, conscious and curious. So I'm gonna say that as we're going through these access tunnels, we repeatedly keep seeing faces imprinted onto the walls and the ceiling and the floor of this thing.
Wow.
We initially aren't sure what it is, but the further we go in, the more we see these faces move and change shape until eventually it begins speaking to us. And as it does, it says, "And what manner of thing are you?" And you get close to it and you realize this face is actually fungus that has gained sentience and has taken the shape of the creatures that it has seen throughout various stages of decay. It mimics their appearance as best it can. And so it's basically like a talking face on the wall that looks at us and says, "And what are you?"
I am a friend. My eyes don't light up, but where my eyes would be, light up. And I have so many questions to ask you. I'm going to immediately reach my hands out to this thing, and I'm going to try to see if there's a way I can get it off the wall and take him with me.
Yeah, you know what? Make a natural world roll for me.
I'm going to invest my last point.
Remember,
Remember,
as per what you said, you're taking a -1 to this roll.
Yep. Oh, I cannot succeed. Oh no! No, this is xenobiology though. I get a +1.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to argue that I get a neuron for this too.
Can't hear it. Oh, okay, cool. Hey, Else.
Oh, hey.
Glad to have you with
I'm
us,
not saying the fool. Hell yeah. My man's swimming.
I was worried he was like, "I can't hear anything because you left your background music on again." And I was like, "Son of a bitch."
I'm taking a neuron, Taylor.
Yeah.
I'm also going to take a peek at what I can do with neurons real quick. Can you remind me what I can do with neurons while I make this roll?
I sure can. Neurons, you can add +1 to a skill check. You can buy back energy on a 1-to-1 basis, or you can roll an untrained skill at 1d4.
So I rolled a 2 and a -1, and then +1, still 2. I can only add a +1 to this if I use that neuron, so I'm not going to.
Yeah, absolutely.
No! That's what I say as I jam my hands against the wall surrounding him.
So I think actually what happens is as you remove this thing from the wall, it tears and falls apart. And you see this distorted face being broken up by the gloves of your suit. And it just evaporates into nowhere. And then you turn around and you see dozens of these faces all just looking at you fucking stone-faced. And these faces begin to turn angrier and angrier at the murder of their friend that you have just unintentionally committed. And so now, what do we do? I'm going to run.
I'm going to roll an encounter die for myself first, because I did just do an encounter. And I'm really bummed out about this, but my man, I die.
Yeah.
And it feels like a fitting place for me to die, though, because I think that this was a heartbreaking moment for me.
Yeah.
And...
Yeah, so we're about to find out if this becomes a TPK in just a minute.
Yeah, I gotta make my new character real quick.
Yeah. While he's doing that,
Uh,
I will go ahead and just narrate. Uh, as Texas Instruments TI-81 falls to the floor, I scream, "No, Texas Instruments TI!" I drop to my knees and I grab your chip out of this body, out of the AR stealth suit, and I immediately take off running, trying to get to the nearest access door, wherever it might be, with these things hot on my heels. I'm going to make an exertion roll. I have pips to spare, so I'm going to sink 2 more into exertion because I really want to get the hell out of here.
I'd argue you could say no, Texas Instruments TI, and then immediately swap me into a body that was right next to it.
I want to make it a little more. I want to make it.
We got a little bit drama going on. I like it.
Yeah. Okay, so that is a total of 9. Which, are we doing multiples of 8 for neurons?
Yeah. I think we are.
Dope. Then yeah, so I get a neuron from that. I narrowly managed to escape. Our good friend navigates me down these dark paths towards a ventilation grate that leads out into the main hallway in front of the med bay, or no, in front of the transit system.
Cool.
And let's go ahead and let's roll my encounter die really quick. I take 4 damage, and I collapse as I am putting your chip into your new body.
I mean, by the because I think that makes sense, because you could have put me in a new body right away, but we chose to do a dramatic scene, so I think we're still in the game.
More narrative thing, yeah.
You put my body, and I immediately fucking grab yours, and jam you into another body, because I am Texas Toonstruments. And my drive is protecting my friends at all costs. I'm taking a 1d4 in exertion, and I'm also going to take, and I think sense motive read intentions makes the most sense here. I'm protecting people. I'm going to try a middle one. I'm going to do hardwired cybernetics.
We're doing the same one.
Huh? Oh, nice.
I had also chosen that. Do you want me to do self-sealing vac, or?
Why don't you try bioenhancement implants?
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's it. God, these are much easier. These are even easier to make.
Right.
I actually, quick debrief, I really like the idea that both my specialty and my skill are coming from the same place.
It makes it feel a little more in tune.
Yeah. I also want to say that, I didn't want my character to die.
I mean, I was a big fan of Texas Instruments.
I mean, Texas Toonstruments will be fine. He's gone through some shit and has come out like a more protective person. But
he's got less of that light shining in his eye, you know?
Yeah. He's died a little bit on the inside and outside. Actually, arguably, he's died a lot on the outside.
He's died multiple times, yeah.
I know that we could die more, that's fine, but it felt like I wanted to hold on to this character longer. Yeah. Which is just, I don't know, something. L, by the way, I'm glad you're, do a cannonball for me.
Definitely do a cannonball, do a splash contest, and do one of those cool, knife hand into the water.
Wow! Waterfall, waterfall. L, by the way, just came back from Gen Con.
Hell yeah.
He got to demo his game for people, hang out at the booth with fucking his publisher, and show his game off. And
if you're watching this and you don't know who Els Dragoon is, definitely go check out their Twitch. Click the link on their name. They make cool ass TTRPG games, video games. It's we got to play Whisperstone at PAX last year, and it was one of the highlights of the whole trip for me. Absolutely cool and absolutely worth your time.
That being said, we are in the transit station. I think the transit. Give me. Bye-bye. I call it bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Does Texas Instruments talk like Borat?
Well, I thought it was more. It was accidentally. I thought more Forrest Gump, but I didn't mean to.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, Jenny.
Jenny.
And I was running. No, that was just me chatting to Claude and called it "babe" instead of "baby." We reach a large transit hub station with multiple tracks and platforms for the high-speed maglev trains that transition people, or what should be people, between the different areas on this ship. The station is still empty, and the trains are stalled on the tracks with power cut. Signage flickers intermittently, and a transit map on the wall shows the labyrinth system spanning the massive vessel. So, fucking first thing first, like, I think we gotta get power back on in this station, and I'm gonna fucking, I think, like, immediately dive into the underflooring where, like, the high damage or the high voltage systems is. Stand back while I fix this with my soldering iron. As I start to rework the wiring, I'm going to give myself a soldering gun. I'm limited by solder, so I'm going to say refillable, which means that, I got limited.
Yep.
I'm going to do refillable 4, so any failure up to, I'll remove 1 for each time.
Yep.
And I'm going to say hot. Hot is a good one. I'm going to start doing some wiring when you could tell me what you were going to fix.
So can you read me back that description? What all needs to be fixed? What's out?
Sure. The station is still empty. Trains are stalled on tracks with power cut. Signage flickers intermittently, and a transit map on the wall shows the labyrinth system spanning the massive vessel. So, as far as I see it,
Sounds
like the things that stand in our way.
Right?
Well, night, Dad, love it. I think it's the power, making sure that the train itself is like on the track and can be functional. And then probably making sure that like the path between where we want to go is clear without another train on it. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I'm gonna roll. I think mine is hardware. Put 2 in hardware.
Yeah. And I'm gonna do an observation roll to go down the track a little bit and see what I can find.
I lost. I succeeded, but I did lose a pip immediately, so that's tight.
Oof. Okay, so that is a 7. And as far as what I find, Corey.
Yeah. Bono. Yeah. Hello.
We find.
That's not great.
No, it's not my favorite.
It's a jack of diamonds,
That
which means
is something crystalline and malevolent.
it's fucking ideal. I think what it is you find like a series of corpses.
Ooh.
And then as you approach, like there's crystalline structures like formed all over them and on the ground surrounding them. And as you step on one of them, it and then one of their heads immediately pops up and looks at you, and the crystals on them start to vibrate, hum, and glow as they begin to move, and like the crystalline around them like spreads as they touch it, and it begin to hiss, and they're coming at you.
Um, yeah, so I think the first thing I'm going to do is just look at them and say, you need to get off the track. Excuse me, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
you need to get off the track.
100% you do this, you are going to take a +1 on this encounter die.
Sir, it's the end of the line. You need to get off.
Yeah, I think as you do that, one of them approaches you and like grabs you and fucking hucks you, right?
Shit.
Like, yeah, and like you get these crystalline growths start to run up your arm as it happens.
Okay. I am going to start making for a retreat for a minute here, trying to brush these things off. This seems like as good a time as any for a flamethrower. So that's a low point for me. Limited use, hot, flame...
Flaming hot Cheetos.
Flaming hot Cheetos. Dangerously cheesy. What is this? Is this hardware? Is this exertion?
I think you can make a lot of arguments here. I think what you're trying to do is use the flame to keep them back. This is probably sciences, honestly. Like yeah.
I'm gonna go a little more liberal with my pip usage this corpse. So I'm gonna put just 3d4 plus 1. So it's not a success. We're gonna find out if I lose anything here. Fuck, I lose 2 pips.
That's fucking harsh.
That's a rough, dog.
Yeah, I mean, I think what it is like you're able to fight these things back, and like I think the crystals grow, like glow and respond in a different color, and you start to see like that coloration down these tracks as it seems like they're like almost like the crystals are communicating with each other, and they like begin moving away because you are a threat.
Yeah, if that's the case, then I'm going to continue what I'm doing, just waving the fire, trying to like scare them off of the track as much as possible. Once I have that accomplished, I'm going to... I need to make sure they don't come back.
I think if we get on the mag train, we should be fine.
Yeah, so I'm gonna head back to you then. What scene do I find? After I didn't roll an exertion die.
Yeah, and make sure you get a +1 on that bad boy because you got fucking hooked.
Yeah, and I rolled a 4, so that makes sense.
I think what I am doing is I am using power gloves, strength. These have the tags strength. And then electric, meaning they can be shorted. Or I'll just do shorted. And I'm like fucking lifting one of these trains into the starting position so that when the superconductors come on, maglev will fucking lift it correctly. It needs to be in slot, basically. So I think that this is an exertion roll, which I have a plus in. I'm going to join you in being fucking being liberal with my expenditure. I'm gonna put 3 in exertion, baby.
Fuck it up.
That means I'm gonna roll 4d4.
Well, you'll get, hopefully, a neuron out of this then.
I did lose 2 die.
Yeah.
3. So that's 6, 7, 8. I did get a neuron out of it.
That's good.
That sucks though. Losing 2 die sucks, but getting that neuron does rule.
It does kind of make up for the loss, yeah.
Yeah. Did you get a neuron on your big roll?
I did. I'm sitting on 1 neuron right now.
Same.
Yeah.
All right, Maglev Trade comes on. I'm able to hit this button. I'm going to go ahead and I don't think I rolled an exertion die for the wiring. So I'm going to roll 2 for myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I think I missed one. I think these are just stock. I don't think I did anything exceptional. I used a lot of resources to get there, but that's 5. Ready to go, friend? Texas Instruments here to protect you.
This ship is full of the rudest people I have ever met.
I look at you, and I look at our. Don't talk about our dear leader like that. He buzzes next to me.
Not vzz. Vzz is great. It's everyone else on this ship, except of course our many-legged lord, the Sharkopede. Everyone else, just rude.
The inheritors deserve a better home than this. I agree.
All right.
We are moving towards the med bay. That's where we're going. Med bay, galley, and then bridge.
Yes.
Med bay and I spelled describe wrong.
Crisp.
Also, Monty Cook finally got back to me about the first thing that I sent them, which was, hey, I need a tracking number. You haven't sent that for me. And they sent me the tracking number, and they're like, seems like you already got it. And I'm like, not my worry anymore.
See my other email, please. Yeah, well, unfortunately, Benny got their hands on my current book, so I hope they don't mind getting it back with a kind of busted corner.
Well, hopefully they'll just send it to me, honestly.
Hopefully.
Or just send me the dust jacket. I mean, it's like a reversible dust jacket and like some other stuff. I think they'll probably just send the rest of the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Benny, it's not a delicious book.
She would be inclined to disagree with you.
The medical bay is a sprawling complex of treatment rooms and surgical suites and patient wards. Much of the advanced medical equipment here is non-functional and without main power. Some of the emergency lights flicker, casting an eerie glow. There are signs of chaos here. Toppled gurneys, spilled medicines, bloodstains. Records show quarantine procedures were initiated here. What were they containing? I think at the center of this room, Taylor,
yep,
there is a like one of the Celto the tanks from Star Wars that like they heal people in. There's something floating in there. It's unconscious, so we're only going to focus on the first quality, the numeric quality, and there's something cybernetic floating in there. What is it?
Ooh, something cybernetic floating in there. So I think what's in this cryopod or whatever it is, something cybernetic. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm just having trouble thinking of stuff today. Do you have anything for this?
Sure. I think what's floating in there is like I think it's like a fucking quarter of a man that was like ripped in half. They were attempting to like regrow him, but unfortunately, as the power waned, it like the tank itself is not putting in the proper nutrients to regrow somebody. So it's like this torso with a cybernetic arm, and the cybernetic arm is still like functioning and moving. And even though like there's no consciousness, like, or doesn't appear to be consciousness reattached to it. So that's what I think we see.
Cool. I look at him and immediately say, "Oh, well, this is not an inheritor. Surely this. I think this is a different species. Don't.
We should get the tank.
Hmm?
We should get the tank running again because they may know the navigational charts of this area and be able to find us a suitable home for the inheritors.
I agree. If nothing else, it's our prime directive. And I'm going to get to work on the hardware for this pod to try and restart the
Sure.
batteries, so to speak.
I'm gonna get the wiring going so we can get the place. So you can do that. So you can get a +1 on this roll.
Cool.
I'm gonna use my solder gun. And I'm gonna roll. I think this is hardware again. I'm gonna fuck. Shit. Damn it. No. Yes, I'm gonna use. I have one invested, so I'm gonna roll one. Use two temporary pips, which will give me, and then I have my solder gun, so that's an auto success.
Oh,
So
hell yeah.
let's just see. Let's just see if I lose this die. God, I hope I don't. It's a 2. We're good.
All right, dope. Cool. Then
Let's
I'm going
go.
to plug another in here because this will be what hardware as I'm trying to get this thing up and running again.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool. So that's 3d4 plus what is it? The one you gave me?
Yeah, one from the power being on.
Oh, good lord.
How many did you lose?
I lost 2. Fuck. Sorry about that, folks. I have no idea how our mics just got muted.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just to be clear, I think that these things are just an aggressive species. I think that they, like, anything here is an affront to them. I will say the giant 9-foot tentacle nerve monster is probably a bigger threat to them. It draws more attention, but they're not making friends with us by any stretch.
I'm going to attempt easy as one hisses at me. Easy, friend. We're here to save you. I'm going to spend my neuron tailor to roll an untrained skill with a 1d4.
All right.
So I'm going to roll natural world to try to befriend the ones in this room.
Yeah, I am going to. I'm going to actually do exactly the same thing. So I don't know if we want to do a joint roll or if you want me to roll first to try and, like, provide a support roll.
Well, then let me do something. I think one of us should probably do something to help the other one. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to find. Are you using the neuron to roll an untrained skill?
I am, but I actually have an idea for how to assist you if you'd like.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, I reach into my pocket and I look at you and I say, "You're going to be so angry with me. Please don't be angry with me."
I've never been angry with anyone in my life
I pull out a pack of Ritz crackers.
Except for you.
And I throw them at the nearest, like, millipedes that are hissing at you, and that backs you up on your thing.
See, we're friends. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna roll 1d4 plus 1.
Yep.
Oh, it's a 3.
Oh, it's a 3. Okay, cool. So it's 4.
No, it's a 3 total.
Oh no.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll us both an encounter die. We're both gonna be rolling with a +1.
Cool.
And I actually think we TPK here.
I do. I'm dead.
On the one.
Yeah, I'm dead.
I am too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what occurs next? I don't want to leave fans on a cliffhanger like this. What occurs next is a flurry of nerves and teeth and scales and mechanical robot parts as Cisco and Texas 2 Instruments are just rended apart over the course of the next probably 15 minutes. The whole time, by the way, we're all just, encouraging them, saying, "I know that this has been a difficult couple of weeks for you. I know that you're scared. It's okay." Before we are inevitably taken apart. And yeah, I love that our 2 robots became basically Steve Irwin in the last
I think that there's a series of short chaotic cuts, and then we focus in on these, like, cuts to black through chaotic hallways and the fights in the background, and, like, rows and rows of these monsters as moves through the ship, and at the end it is him putting, like, attaching into the astrogation array, and it's just flashes of us saying, "We need to find them a planet," in his head. That's
beautiful.
Yeah, bringing these monsters elsewhere.
And that planet that the monsters were brought to was Earth.
So let's check.
Yeah.
What do you think?
So the changes we made this time were we did slightly more pips. We took it to a total of 8. Slightly less energy. We did the multiples of 4 to get a neuron. And was there another one that we changed? It was the mystery was the main thing we changed, right?
Yeah, the drive.
Yeah. This felt a lot more solid to me, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. I'd like to play this with more people.
Yeah, very much.
I think that were I to guess the only shortcoming here, we're still probably not generating enough neurons.
Yeah. I'm glad that you said that. I kind of had attributed that to me just not paying good enough attention to like what my drive actually is.
Yeah. Like both of us are essentially GMing and playing, which means that our attentions are spread.
Yeah.
Which that might be solved by having like an arbiter, where you can just focus on your character sheet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like my immediate concern, I think that's like the only thing I would say. I think that reducing energy felt fine.
Yeah. I will say
8 is a good number.
8 honestly felt good for me. I didn't feel quite as up against the wall, but it still felt like a dwindling thing.
Yeah.
And I think that this was our first session, our first playtest in all of these, where you and I just rolled a lot of bones, just a lot of ones. And it was good to have that stress test because I don't really think we've had that before, where we've seen how quickly pips can go. So I don't know. For me, I actually really liked 8. I thought that worked well.
Yeah, I mean, I ended up with fucking 2 invested in observation, 1 in exertion, 1 in hardware, 3 uninvested skills. All of my pips used.
On my second body, I had 4. I had 4 lost. I had 4 lost pips. I had 2 in observation, 1 in natural world, and 1 in exertion. I mean, I like that. Even that is, very rough. The only way you can roll at that point, anything else is with neurons.
Yeah. Which means that we got to increase the amount of neurons that you can generate. Like.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, with more people, that's going to be less of a concern because you can spread out like what you guys can do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, I agree because I love the idea that like, the multiples of 4 thing takes care of that. But the truth is, the more you play, the less that becomes true. Because the more dice you invest, the more likely you are to roll a 1. When you lose those pips from rolling 1s, it makes you less likely to ever be able to hit those multiples of 4. So like, I don't know what the necessarily what the solve is there. I mean, the easy answer is we find an even more general use case for drive. But I kind of like your immediate suggestion that we pause the game as is and we try this with a larger playtest. I'm also really interested to see how this would function with a larger group.
Yeah, I mean, the only other like I think that there are some solutions we could do. Like we could demarcate like the getting a neuron by rolling your specialty or rolling whatever skill that you are tied to. That would generate a ton of them.
Yeah.
So like, I think there's paths forward, but I think that it's warranted that we need more people to play it before we can make those changes.
Yeah, before I commit to something like that, because I see a lot of room for abuse in that, where
sure.
you're gonna have rules lawyer players who try and like make every roll into a hardware roll because that's their thing. I would be interested in seeing how this game plays with a larger table.
I will say, I think the high point for me, I think the narrative underpinning of Drive really captures that same idea that Mystery was going for. It keeps us in that kind of like, I don't know, not surrealist, but we're like not methodical, like it's thoughtful. Like it is a thoughtful game still. Like
It's
we're
an
focusing
introspective
on
game. Yeah.
yeah, and I think that still captures that, and maybe even in a more active way because it's about who you are, not who this was.
Yeah.
Although I will say that like you probably like we lose a little bit of that corpse side of things. Like these could just as easily be robots.
Very much. Yeah.
So I would like to keep my eye on that, see if there's some way we can. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just an aesthetic thing, or.
No, I mean, I feel you. I'm torn between really liking the mechanics as they are now, and like, I see that narrative drive to like have a corpse-centered thing, because right now, you're right, we really don't have that in this game. And certainly,
Maybe
you know. Oh, go ahead.
Maybe there's some way we can tie it to like load and like how did your body, like why did your body have this thing, like really tie that into the corpse thing. I also, a fun way to do it.
I also did have a thought about making the corpse mystery universal, just being like, how did your body die? Which would be something. I don't know. I'm not totally sure how that would work, because in a sense that would actually link it to like the area mystery, right? Like, presumably these corpses all died the same way from the same cause, but doesn't have to be the case. But it would be something I feel like would be easier to pursue over the course of a session. I don't know. It's also something I'm looking at. I don't really have a great answer for it right now, but hopefully we'll figure something out.
Yeah, like I think that we have our eyes on it, and that's what's important. We know that, like, we lose a little something not pinning it to the body, which is weird. We lose like it's not like just character driven stuff. We lose a little bit of the like game aesthetic.
Yeah, very much.
Yeah, which I didn't expect that. So I don't know. I think that like this plays a lot smoother though.
It definitely does.
Yeah. So we're on the right track.
So with that, we're going to go ahead and we'll leave you with these thoughts. If you have anything that you would like that you want to tell us, I mean, send us an email. You can contact us through the About page on this Twitch channel. You can also find us at terramundigames@gmail.com. You can find us at tgsgames.com, which you'll find also in the About Us section of this channel. If you just tuned in... Sorry, go ahead.
Bigkisses.gov on Instagram.
It's bigkisses.gov on Instagram. 420 to 69 on Twitter. Yeah.
Elon Musk is a big shitty baby.
Also on Twitter.
Also on Twitter. Sorry, on X. No, he doesn't. He doesn't have the fucking strength of his conviction to still. He just wants to have. He wants the name of the company to be X. He wants the logo to be X, but he's still referred to it as Twitter.
Yeah, no, it's Twitter. Anyways,
I hope Mark Zuckerberg kicks his ass.
I really do. Like, I don't want to root for any billionaire over any billionaire, but man, that would be fun. He's going to use that android strength to just rip your body apart, my man. It's going to be like it's going to be like that scene in Alien where, what's his name? Like, shoves the magazine down her throat. Like, it's going to be ridiculous.
He's just going to be fucking running at him like T-1000.
Anyways, my name's Taylor, that's Corey. We're both halves of TGS Games. Every week we meet on Twitter, or Twitch. We meet on Twitter to make fun of Elon Musk and also to play TTRPG games. You can find this game, God and a Corpse. It's available for free on DriveThruRPG, which you can also find the link for in the About Us section of this page. But if you are interested in coming on stream, if you're interested in playtesting either here or just if you're wanting to play test in private and you want to, pick our brains about the game, let us know. We're always available to talk. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you all next week. Bye.